Joining us for a little bit is Casey Allen and Chris Evans, the stars of the Shreveport Little Theater play Glengarry Glen Ross.
Thanks for having us, Robert.
Yes,
which opens Friday night 7:30, Saturday night 7:30, and Sunday afternoon at 2. If you are familiar with the movie, it is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Absolutely.
It is certainly one of the most amazing scripts. It is certainly one of, I love character movies.
Right.
Where in the scheme of action, if you will, not much happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But people change and people evolve and or devolve in this case to give, and I said I was going to use movie characters as a frame of reference. Do I understand correctly that you, Mr. Evans, are playing the Kevin Spacey movie?
No, I'm not. I'm playing the Jack Lemmon role.
Oh, now pardon me. That in the play is like, how are you going to handle this? That's an older guy who's playing out the string, who's hanging by a thread, who's faced with a lot of personal trauma.
Right. Well, so I'm playing it as, you know, the guy that used to be the hot shot and has been on a bad streak, you know, as of late. So the play doesn't go as in depth as far as like his length of service and his daughter's problems and his marriage problems as you would understand in the movie.
Right.
So I do make a lot of references, you know, as the character about, you know, back in '75, boy, it was good back then, you know. So yeah, so I'm not going to age myself up, but I'll be able to play the, you know, the guy that used to be the hot shot and has been on a bad streak.
The Jack Lemmon character in the movie is basically a cat who has been beaten down by life.
Right.
There's nothing going right, and like I said, I use the phrase, this guy's hanging by a thread.
Absolutely.
I've seen a lot of your acting. Is this sort of that's something new for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like our director says, you know, this is a play that, you know, actors really want to sink their teeth into. So, you know, I'm very lucky to be able to, and I'm a great admirer of Jack Lemmon, first of all. So I'm not going to be able to play the old guy. So I'm just going to have to play the has-been. You know, and I'm old enough to have been.
Nobody called me. What the hell?
Right. So, you know, I want to make it my own. I don't want to do it just like Jack Lemmon.
Sure.
And if people who are familiar with the movie will know that the Alec Baldwin role from the movie is not in the play. So that 5-minute speech that Alec Baldwin got a nomination for, Coffees for Closers, is not actually in the play. It never has been. There's a couple productions that inserted it, and they had to get David Mamet. David Mamet had to write it in, of course. So, you know, the play is slightly different from the movie in that the play is a comedy. The movie, you know, the movie is dire straits. You know, it is drama at its highest. So people that are familiar with the movie will be glad to see the play because it's the whole story in a different light.
Casey Allen. Good Lord, man, you were just here. I have gotten, let me say, I have gotten so many compliments. That's not true. I have gotten so many compliments to pass along to you from your last visit that was here when you were doing the
One Slight Hitch,
the Lewis Black play.
Yeah.
Which it was great in. You were awesome.
Nah,
so you were doing the play for, was it East Bank was doing that one? Which one was doing?
No, it was Shreveport Little.
Oh, was it Shreveport Little?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you were doing the Lewis Black play.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've been rehearsing at the same time.
Yeah.
For doing 2 scripts at once. That can't be easy.
Yeah, it's no party. But how we make Chris playing Jack Lemmon work is we just cast me as Kevin Spacey. So in the movie,
now, if you're familiar with the movie, Kevin Spacey is he basically got the job because
nepotism.
His dad, his father-in-law is, what's the old Don Rickles joke where he's got the kid in the audience and he says to him, so if your father-in-law dies, what line of work are you out of?
Right.
That's sort of the Kevin Spacey character, right?
Yeah. And he's the boss of all these older guys, basically.
Respects
nobody respects him. His character development has like a slow burn effect. So he just gets yelled at basically the entire
by
movie.
Everybody. He's that manager in the middle without a backbone.
Absolutely. And he just has to kind of sit there and take it until the end when he kind of flips the script. and you know, shows his work.
Was this a new thing for you? Was this a different kind of character for you? And let's be blunt, you are not an old man.
No,
so
not
for
yet.
you to play,
I'd like to be one
good
day.
luck with that. So you're playing a guy not necessarily older than you, but with more business experience, who's seen life's ugly side, and he's got that like he's figured out the way to survive in life is to be a wuss.
Yeah, basically. So, you know, no character development for me. I've done that my entire life. But the play's basically
Real close to home.
Yeah. So, you know, this one, no, last time when we were here for the Lewis Black play, I mean, that was like not even acting. That was like reading my diary on stage for, you know, 90
You
minutes.
had made that point.
Yeah, you know, I was like some chick's ex, and so I've done that a million times. This time I have to actually act. But like you said, the movie's amazing. You're not supposed to like look at the movie as a reference when you're doing a play.
Right.
But for this, there's really only one way to do it. And the movie's like a master class on acting. So, yeah, I mean, I did look to Kevin Spacey and like, how am I supposed to do it?
How long have you guys been rehorsing for this?
Only 3 weeks.
Only 3
So
weeks.
it's insane.
Which is an unusually short amount of
Yeah,
time.
because it's arguably the toughest
Like the
play to
Perkins
perform.
administration. So how different is, and both of you answer this, how far is your character that you play now from 3 weeks ago when you first started?
Oh, you only add to it over those 3 weeks. I mean, you layer your character over that time, you know, getting to work with each other. Anybody who's familiar with David Mamet's writing knows that there's a lot, you have to play off of each other a lot. There's a lot of interrupting, not only yourself, but the other actor.
It's really
so
how
it's
people
very, very difficult. And in 3 weeks, we've done a lot of work.
This may be weird. It's the times in my life. Okay, we only got 30 seconds here, but we can come back and finish it up. Think about this. The times in my life that I've gotten the angriest, and I very seldom get angry, but when I do, it's like skinning my emotional knee. It stays around a while. And some of the times in my life I've gotten the angriest was when I was pretending to be angry to make a point, and it overtook me. Does that happen when you're acting?
Oh, my gosh.
Hold the thought. I look like I just hit a button. 101.7 FM, 710 KEEL. Your money now, just a couple of seconds away. Brought to us by Barksdale Federal Credit Union. In the meantime, here's Ruben Traffic Update.